Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Travel with the Stars. I am Jen, I'm your hostess, and we are back with another fun week and some more stars. We have two new faces as well as one returning face. So, hello first to Eric, our returning star from a couple weeks ago. How are you doing, Eric?
Hello, thank you again for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so glad to have you here. And then we have two new faces right below me. We have Valerie Tom hailing from Texas.
Hey, good to be
And
here.
And then we also have Cliff and Steve from
Woo!
South Carolina.
South Carolina, but
South
close
Car-
enough to Charlotte. So.
yeah, that's the thing. Is like I always have to think because like he's so close to Charlotte that I'm like, he's in the Carolinas.
Somewhere in there, right?
North or south. Yeah. As every listener from North and South Carolina is like, no.
I'll rep them both. There we go.
All right, perfect. Well, welcome everybody in. And today we are going to talk about the other place that has castles and roller coasters and fun things. So, yes, Disney lives in our hearts. However, we also do love Universal. There is so much fun to do there at Universal Studios. So, we're going to just start off with just easy question for everybody. What is something that you love about Universal Studios? And Val, we are going to start with you.
Definitely Harry Potter world. Like I'm a definite Harry Potter fan, and I love all of it. I could honestly like spend the entire time just in Harry Potter world and be happy.
That's
So, yeah.
that's fair. All right, Cliff, to our other new face. What do you think?
I would say I probably love Hagrid's motorbike. I'm a roller coaster person, and that's still one of my favorite roller coasters. But I also like all the Marvel stuff. I'm in DC today, but I like all the Marvel comic book stuff as well. So.
Nice. All right, Eric, you are actually a recent first timer to Universal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Harry Potter was amazing, but what I really enjoyed, I'm a logistics guy, so I
Yeah.
loved how close everything was and how easy it
Mm.
was to get from your hotel to either part to the City Walk area. I mean, just getting around was, you know, Disney, we love Disney and World is big, but Universal just getting around was so much easier and quicker, I felt like.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I mean, if people have been to Disneyland for reference, just how you can walk to like a lot of the hotels and things in Disneyland, Universal really has that going for it because I mean, getting between Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios is so quick and effortless. And of course, on-site hotels, all of those things. So let's, I guess, start with the basics, right? Cliff, let's start with you. If someone comes up to you like, "Oh my gosh, I have no idea. What is Universal like? Is it just one park? What is it? Can you describe for everybody what are you looking for whenever you're going down there?"
Uh, when I'm talking to people, I really like to get in and explain. Really, Universal's got two sides. They've got the classic movie side, the Universal Orlando, and then they've got the Islands of Adventure side, which is really your themed areas where you've got no, granted, there's Harry Potter in both
Yeah.
sides, but you've got like the Marvel area. You've got uh, the different, like the used to be the Lost Continent type
Mhm.
areas, and they're going to be tweaking those kind of places.
Yeah.
But you've got it's that kind of it's hard to explain. It's less movie theatrical type stuff. A lot of your Universal Orlando stuff
Yeah.
is movie themed. You're in the movies, you're riding the ride, you're driving through a movie scene. Where when you're in Islands of Adventure, it's all kind of standalone outside. A lot of it is things like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's great. And now, Cliff just referenced two Harry Potter sides, and we have the ultimate Harry Potter fan here. Val, talk to us about just talk to us about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I mean, clearly it's amazing. We've referenced some of the other attractions, but what can people expect? What were your impressions walking in?
So it feels so real. Like you do feel like you're stepping into the movies or what you imagined in the books. And I love the interactive wands. We've only taken my older son, Ian, and he loved going around with his wand and, making the spells work all over the parks. And then, of course, getting to ride the Hogwarts Express between Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. And it just like starting in Diagon Alley, like where Harry started, his adventure in the wizarding world, and seeing all of that. And it feels so real. And we just love it.
That's and now you mentioned you've taken your older son,
Mm-hmm.
Ian, but you didn't take your younger one. And so
we have not taken Zach yet. Zach is 12 now, and Zach has Down syndrome, for those that don't know, but he is my ultimate Disney fan, truthfully. But we struggled even at Disney getting him to wear like the 3D glasses and stuff on rides. There was something about that was really hard. And so we knew that Universal, even though he'll ride all the big rides, like he's not afraid of any of that, but putting those glasses on it was very, very hard. And so we knew at Universal that was something he would really need to be able to do to enjoy a lot of because so many of the rides are 3D.
Yeah.
And so we have recently, in the last year, he has conquered that fear of the 3D glasses. And he's doing really well. So it is on our list to get him there very soon. And he, of course, has seen all the Harry Potter movies because we watch them. Like, if we can't think of something to watch, it's like, what do you want to watch? And it's like, let's watch Harry Potter. So it's kind of a go-to in our house. So he knows. He hasn't read the books like my older son had, but he knows the movies, and he talks about Potter. And so it's time to take him. And so we've got to figure out when we can make that happen. But he'll love it when we go.
And I think that's a great thing to know, is that, if your child maybe has a challenge with the 3D glasses, that can be an issue. Universal does a fantastic job with people. If your child does have special needs of some sort, they can really do that. But if they're not going to enjoy the rides if you can't put on the glasses. So the other thing we always like to point out to parents is the magical height is 48 inches. That's where you can ride most of the attractions. Not that there aren't things for like the shorter people, but so Eric, as a first timer, you just went and you just actually experienced a different part of Universal Studios, one that actually nobody else on this call has experienced. And it's actually one of the most famous. Cliff is shaking his head because Cliff is so mad he wasn't there.
So jealous.
He wanted to go for sure. Yeah.
Oh, jealous.
You did Halloween Horror Nights. So tell us, this is like literally a nationwide, like people go, this is a huge event.
I can see why. Yeah, I can definitely see why it's huge, because it was amazing. Like everybody, you'd send out, hey, who wants to go? And everybody was a little scared or whatever. And I'm not a big haunted guy or Halloween guy or gore guy, but I took the opportunity to go because I wanted to learn about it, being a newer person with the agency. And boy, did I really learn a lot by going. And most of the agents that I talked to there were in the same boat. They were scared. They didn't want to go in the houses. But once everybody kind of overcame that fear, man, was it amazing. I mean, the attention to detail at some of the houses, from the Last of Us house to the Stranger Things house, and just all the different houses, and how much detail they put into the makeup, the costumes. And I mean, I guess it was scary, but they're not going to touch you. It's a professional, business. So they know how to do it right. Where you're still scared, and it's still fun, but man, how amazing. And there was so many other things to do. Like even if you didn't like scary and want to go into haunted houses, during the day, they would open those houses up for tours. And say you were a makeup person or into the costuming or whatever, you could go in and see how they arrange the rooms, and you could see them laid out and really get a feel of how they made the rooms and stuff. So it was a really fun experience, and I can see why people go year after year, because they do change the house, most of the houses every year. So it's a different thing every year. So next year, if this comes up, I mean, I hope myself and several of the agents go, because it would be a blast to do as a group too.
Oh yeah.
get a group of agents or buddies or whatever. And man, what a fun event. So yeah.
Cliff has to go first. We have to put him in the front.
So, yeah, he's the big guy. He can lead us. Yeah, I think he would have a
My kids hate going through stuff like that with me because I walk in the back. I'm going, scare her. Scare her.
Oh, man.
Those of you on cannot tell from on camera, Cliff is are you 6'5"? You're
6'7", 6'7", depends on
6'6",
who
yeah.
measures.
So trust me, they can see him over top of his kids' heads saying exactly what. And then you mentioned the makeup, which I know that is something that they've even done at other times of year. I feel like the horror makeup show. What's it called? There's a name for it.
I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, they do have that. They still had it at this point too, and they would let you come in there and see how they applied the makeup to the different scare characters and stuff like that. So it was really neat seeing that aspect of it too. It wasn't just the haunted houses. I mean, there was a live show that they put on too, where it's like acrobatics and fire and music. So there's many aspects to the haunted horror house or whatever at Universal that involve many different people. I mean, I wouldn't go, I'd say 14 or 15 would probably be the youngest, I would allow my son to go or a kid to go. You probably need to be at least that age or older, just to appreciate it.
Sure.
But yeah, for sure, what a fun event.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. So, all right, let's move on to another aspect as well, because we've talked about the land parks, right, and some of the special events, but there is currently a third gate at Universal, and it is a water park called Volcano Bay. So Cliff was like, "Yes, did you love Volcano Bay?"
I did. I went back in January, and it was cool. It was breezy, but we actually rented a cabana. It wasn't bad. We had drinks and snacks in the cabana. Because it was a little cooler, it was on a Wednesday. It was the middle of the week. The water was warm. The park itself wasn't crowded.
Yeah.
They had one slide that I know we would not have gotten to ride very much, but because it wasn't crowded, we rode it a lot. It's called an aqua coaster. And it actually pushes you uphill. That was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's probably one of the best water parks I've ever been to.
Nice. Well, and then did you use the Tapu Tapu? Well, I'm putting my Apple Watch like that would do it.
We didn't have to use it much, but there were a few interactive things.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite, we were scanning the Tapu Tapu, and it would spray water at the people riding down the lazy river. But the lady come up behind us who works there, and I never would have known this, and she looked at my son, she goes, "Scan yours again. Scan yours again." And after the third time he scanned it, water shot out of a bush and hit him in the face. So it's like payback for the person who keeps spraying everybody else.
That's funny.
I laughed so hard. It was awesome.
That's really
never
great.
would have known. And it was the worker there who let us know that. It was like, I died. I had tears in my eyes. I was laughing so hard.
Those Universal workers are hilarious. They don't they have no qualms about doing that. And I love it.
So when I was staying there in September, we were staying at Cabana Bay, which was literally right next to Volcano Bay. And man, how convenient. Like you literally are walking, I don't know, 100 yards to the park entrance. They have a little side park entrance that you can go into. I had a volcano view room that I could see the volcano, the big volcano at Volcano Bay. So perfect place to stay if you want to visit Volcano Bay.
That's a great tip, and actually a great segue into talking about the on-site Universal hotels, because there are some great ones. The Cabana Bay is a great one. That is what they call a prime value, because it's a good price. It can actually sleep up to 6 people, and it's so close to Volcano Bay with such beautiful views. Now, Valerie, where did you stay?
We stayed at Cabana Bay when we went.
Bay.
Yes, and we loved it. We had an interior family suite, which was great. It had the 2 queen beds in the room, and then a little kitchenette area we didn't need couch, the fold out couch bed,
Sure.
but it was there if you had a bigger group. But I love that they had, the options. You could have the exterior rooms or the interior rooms.
Mhm.
There's lots of options, and just the whole retro vibe of the hotel is
Yeah.
a lot of fun. And
The whole 50s, like,
yeah, and we spent a day. We went up and did the bowling alley that they had there,
oh,
and
nice.
the kids loved the arcade, and so it was fun. I would definitely stay there again.
Great. Cliff, where did you guys go? I can't remember where you stayed.
We stayed one night at Cabana Bay and then 2 nights at Hard Rock.
Ah, I love Hard Rock.
And a Hard Rock, I wrestled back and forth with doing it. I ended up splurging for the club level. And I tell you,
Ooh.
we ate breakfast at the club level lounge, and then we came back that night and we'd eat dinner at the lounge. And I
That's
saved money.
perfect.
All I had to pay
Oh,
for in the
yeah.
park itself was lunch.
That's great.
Great
So
idea.
it paid for it with me and my 4 kids who are all teenagers. It paid for
Right.
You
itself.
saved a lot of money.
Definitely.
They do have a good club level there at Hard Rock. And actually, the other benefit with Hard Rock, which of course Cliff knows, but the audience might not, Hard Rock, Portofino, and Royal
Royal
Pacific.
Pacific, yeah.
I was like, all have their premier resorts, which means they come automatically with every day of your stay. You get an unlimited express pass, which is worth its weight in gold.
The Universal Express Pass is amazing.
It's amazing.
Worth every penny.
Every penny. People are like, do I really need this? Yes. Yes, you do.
You do. Absolutely.
Because Universal is really, even if you're like, well, we only have a couple days. You know what? I tell you what, it's if you need to do it within a long weekend because that's what your schedule allows. There, you can do a great package with the Express Pass, and you can, you still need a multi-day ticket. You need, if you're going to do all 3 parks, you need at least 3 days, right? If you're doing just the 2 land parks, you need 2 days. With the Express Pass, you can get a lot done. And
Absolutely.
I love the Hard Rock. I love Portofino. Portofino looks like Italy, and I love Italy.
It
So
does.
That's where the training was at, Portofino, and it's just beautiful. It's
isn't it gorgeous?
It was in one of the ballrooms, and man, it was
Oh.
really nice. They served us lunch, and it was great. Great
The food
venue.
is so good.
Yes.
There are a couple rides that are exempt from the Express Pass.
Good
And
point.
then Halloween Horror Nights, also the Express Pass does not work for Halloween Horror Nights.
Now they do
Excellent.
a separate express pass for the haunted house, and man, I highly recommend that. I did not have it, and I didn't get to see all 10 just because I was standing in line quite a bit. So I highly recommend, if you want to see all 10 haunted houses in one night, definitely recommend the express pass for the haunted horror nights.
Great advice. You can also do an RIP tour, which is the VIP tour.
So you go right to the front, and you're with a
Yes.
guide the whole time, and that's even better. Yeah, that's top-notch
yeah.
service. Yeah.
If you really want to experience it, that will guarantee it. And then during the day, you can do a VIP tour, either private or non-private. They have some great options, and don't discount those because they include meals. They are really, really good options. So, quickly here, I want to talk. I mentioned the third gate. We talked about the hotels, but there is a fourth gate announced. There is a fourth gate coming. And I know, Cliff, you're really excited for Epic Universe.
Yes.
Tell us.
Yeah, I've
what
been
do you
watching-
know? What do you know?
I've been following. There's a lot of people out there who have dug into the I can't remember where they go and register the names and all that.
Like the
of all
records and
the records, and definitely things they know for sure that are coming so far is there's going to be a Nintendo area with
Mhm.
Super Mario Land, Legend of Zelda stuff. Supposedly, I know Super Mario stuff, possibly Legend of Zelda stuff within it as well. There used to be, I guess, a Dueling Dragons ride where Harry Potter is now.
So good. It's
Well,
where
they're
Hagrid's
doing-
was. Or
Right.
where Hagrid's
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Well, now they're doing another Dueling Dragons ride, but it's going to be a little different. It's not it's more of a pendulum type ride, and there's 2 of them that go back and forth. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. There's a How to Train Your Dragon area.
Oh.
There is going to be another Harry Potter world area. And this one,
Valerie's so excited.
this one specifically is going to be, they're saying the Ministry of Magic. So
That's
you'll
what I've heard
actually-
too.
If you've done Diagon Alley, you kind of walk through the brick wall and all of a sudden there you are in Diagon Alley. This one, you will enter through a flue system where it's like you're doing the flue system from the Harry Potter movies. So it's going to be really neat. There's supposed to be a classic monster area where there's going to be some classic monster rides for those who are like the old werewolf, Frankenstein type stuff. It's going to be really cool. And then there's 2 more hotels they're building. So if you drive by in Orlando now, you can see the beginning of these hotels. I can't remember the names of them. They've already got the names out, but they're like celestial type names. And one of them has like a moon name, one has a sun name. So it'll be opposites. It's everything that's out there on this. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. They can't open it soon enough.
Right.
I think they're teasing 2025. Did I make that up?
That's kind of what I've heard too, but nothing
2025.
specific. So
Yeah.
we're of course very excited about the Harry Potter part, but my boys are also really excited about the Super Mario World. And I had not heard Zelda yet, but if I tell my big boys that, they're gonna lose their minds.
Yeah.
So,
They talked about the Universal over in California at the training and opening the Mario Brothers over
because that's
the
open
California
now.
side. So so I'm imagining they'll bring that, to the Florida side too.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's
It's gonna
going
be
gangbusters out there.
Mhm.
So, well, I mean, I feel like a really important question that we haven't touched on yet, that we all, as we kind of look to wrap up this episode, would be our favorite attraction in Universal. And I know what mine is, and I can't believe none of us have actually not talked about it yet. So, we'll go around now, finish up with mine. That way I don't steal somebody else's. All right. So, Eric, what is your favorite attraction currently?
I'm sure everybody's going to say it. I mean, Hagrid's was just amazing. Hagrid's motorbike. I mean, smooth, fast, great theming. I mean, just great. That's mine.
That's a great one. All right, Cliff.
Same. I'm going to go with Hagrid's, and I'm going to touch on my kids. When I went, I had 2 sets of twins, one 19-year-old set, one 15-year-old set, and they loved the other parts in Orlando. But they're at that awkward age where a lot of the stuff they've grown out of at the other parts, and they get over here and it's like Harry Potter. My 19-year-old went crazy walking around with a magic wand, and they all love the Hagrid's ride as well, and the immersive nature of it. All that.
Nice. All right, Val.
So Hagrid's is also my favorite. That being said, the Velocicoaster is pretty fantastic. Yeah, I mean it's right up there with Hagrid's.
Yeah.
So
I have to say, I'm glad you mentioned. Yeah, Velocicoaster is hands down my favorite. The launches are killer. It's the loop-de-loops and just the G forces, and it's so smooth. The theming again, perfect. And I mean, Jurassic Park. If you like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, they do have several different areas and attractions for that, and they did such a great job with it. So
and it's kind of a lengthy roller coaster too. So I mean, you really feel like even if you've waited a while, like it's worth the wait, because I mean it's not like it's over in 30 seconds. I mean it's a nice.
Yeah, it is a nice
coaster.
One.
So
and it's now on Express Pass, which it wasn't before. I was like, Hagrid still isn't, but Velocicoaster is. So
someday, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see. Right.
Oh gosh. Well, if you guys would all like to say where they can follow you and your adventures, because obviously, we're all posting on social media with with our travels and things like that. So let's start with you, Eric.
You can email me at ericp@uponastartravel.com and search me on Facebook. Same thing, Eric Pruitt, Facebook. So
Fantastic. All right, Valerie.
So email me at valerie@uponastar.com or at uponastartravel.com. Or I am up at Upon a Star Valerie on both Facebook and Instagram. And TikTok, I believe, is also at Upon a Star Valerie. I'm not positive if my
I think you are. I think that's
it's-
what it is
yeah.
on TikTok as well.
Yeah. So you can find me there, and we've got some Disney coming up. I've got a Disney cruise coming up, and some Royal Caribbean. So lots of fun stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right. And Cliff.
Yep, you can find me at Cliff at uponastartravel.com, and I'm on Facebook at Upon a Star with Cliff, as well as on the gram. So you can find me at those locations. I've got Disney coming up in November, and hopefully in April I'll be doing a cruise, and just happy to get out there and excited. In Disney, I'm gonna be diving in Epcot.
Yeah, I can't wait to
Can't
see your
wait.
pictures.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be so great. That's going to be great. You can find me at Upon a Star Jen. And of course, you can visit us at uponastartravel.com, and you can locate all of these lovely faces and any of your other star agents that you're looking for, as well as reach out and contact us. So it has been so great talking Universal, one of our other favorite topics. Please just remember that you can discover a whole new world of travel here with Upon a Star Travel, and we look forward to helping you do so. Have a magical week.